Ooh. Kapow. Historic Jericho, a beautiful modern city that some say was one of the first cities to have, amongst other things, walls. Yes, Jericho was quite the metropolis. There was just one problem. The city planners of Jericho failed to fully research the records of ownership for this particular piece of real estate. This land had been promised to the descendants of one Abraham by none other than the Almighty God.
Morning! I couldn't help but notice that... Well, I think that you might be cutting into my property line there. So...
No. I'd say I'm about a cubit shy, actually.
After hundreds of years, this dispute was finally coming to a head, and caught right in the middle of it was this woman, Rahab. An innkeeper, a maker and seller of linens,
Is my husband in there?
and a practitioner of the oldest profession. Hero to the Israelites. Only she had never met one.
Greetings.
Until just then. And, though welcoming strangers was her business, these were out-of-towners that no innkeeper would want to meet. At that time, the descendants of Abraham, the Israelites, had emerged from the desert into the Promised Land. Inevitably, a number of diverse people had also claimed the land of milk and honey, so there was some house cleaning to be done. The first major obstacle in their conquest was Jericho, which stood at the entrance of the Promised Land. Joshua, leader of the Israelites, wisely decided to send in some spies to assess the area.
Hi. Whoa, reconnaissance!
Somehow, word had gotten out about the, spies. Fortunately, they had come to the right place.
Who's at the door? Are you gonna get that? Oh!
Rahab hadn't held on to her house and multiple businesses without the ability to tell which way the wind was blowing.
Spy!
However, these Israelite spies represented the coming of drastic change. Rahab was in the middle of a dangerous game. She'd heard of the Israelites, how God was with them, how they'd utterly destroyed several kingdoms. The fall of Jericho was more than likely a foregone conclusion. It was clear who she should side with, but could they be trusted? Would they honor an agreement with someone of her status, or would they only use her? Despite these lingering doubts, she decided to trust them and their God. In the evening, Rahab went to the spies to propose a deal.
Psst! Rahab!
Rahab told the spies that she knew the city would soon fall by the Lord's hand, but given her kindness to them, could they not see it in their hearts to spare her?
Our lives for your lives.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Because the guards had locked the town gates, she let them out a window in the wall.
Put a red cord in the window.
And don't leave this house.
But
After hiding in the hills for 3 days, they returned to Joshua, saying they had it on good authority having meticulously studied the underside of some flax, hid out in some caves near the city, and talked to some very reliable sources that the Jerichoneans were quaking in their boots.
Oh, and don't kill Rahab.
Who? Oh, she's in a house. In the wall, there's a red cord, and oh, darn. Whoa, wait, hold up, hold everything. Time out.
Rahab!
Quick, gather your father, your mother, your brothers, your turtles, and all of your groceries.
What about my sisters?
You have sisters?
So Rahab helped the Israelite spies, and God rewarded her by saving her and her family. One of the few Canaanite families allowed to live amongst the Israelites. One might be surprised to know that God called upon the faith of a prostitute to help bring down the walls of Jericho. What may be even more surprising is that faith also brought about a line of her descendants that includes several Israelite kings, and a certain gentleman who was also known for bringing down walls. Metaphorically, of course.